Tehseen Poonawalla, political analyst. The man needs no introduction. Many thanks, Tehseen, for taking up the time. The government says that E20 has helped reduce this crude import bill. It has saved foreign exchange. Look at the atmosphere, so much of carbon dioxide emissions that have gone down. But now we're learning of this one shoe-size-fits-all approach taking a little bit of a rollback. Why do you think this is happening? Do you believe the policy went wrong somewhere? The preparedness wasn't on the paper? The opposition, with Arvind Kejriwal's letter and the Youth Congress protesting yesterday and today as well, do you think these are pressure points?
My protest was the first protest. Mine was the first protest on the ground.
Yours was the first protest. What's your assessment here with the rollback particularly?
So thank you so much for having me on the show. Before we get to the rollback, let's understand something step by step. The Niti Aayog report very clearly says that ethanol 20 should be introduced in 2030. Now, I want to tell you viewers that we are not against ethanol 20. We say have it. But what we want is a choice for customers. We'll come to that. The reason the Niti Aayog report said introduce ethanol 20 blended fuel by 2030 so that all the vehicles that will get phased out which are ethanol 10 compliant. That was the same in the AREI report and the CM report. None of these reports are kept public for you to read and I to read. This program was preponed and in 2023 it was launched, in 2025 mandatory ethanol 20 petrol. Number two, very simple question. If vehicles that were ethanol 10 compliant can take ethanol 20 petrol, why did the vehicle companies upgrade and ask for certification? And if they can't, why aren't you giving them a choice? 80% of the vehicles even today on the road are pre-2023 and are ethanol 10 compliant. You are now forcefully putting ethanol 20 petrol in them, whereas these own vehicle companies' instruction manuals say and user manuals say absolutely you cannot put on any fuel more than ethanol 10. So all that Team Bharat, my team, is asking for is ethanol 0 at a much reduced rate, which is currently about 165 to 170 at select pumps, which is petrol without ethanol 10 for ethanol 10 compliant vehicles, and ethanol 20. No further rollout of any program without a 360-degree infrastructure. Lastly, all documents regarding ethanol 20 blending program in public domain. Why isn't it in public domain? Why can't you read it? Why can't your viewers read it? We are in a democracy.
No, you're absolutely right. And then those allegations come across that the transport minister is trying to enrich his own particular setup at play. There is a lot of hue and cry with the kind of mixed rationing is done. See, Brazil, it has ample amount of sugarcane to do this. It has ample imports and exports of sugarcane to take care of this. But over here, the system and the picture is a little bit different. So this constant comparison with Brazil is also not correct, isn't it?
Let's go to Brazil. Brazil and the United States started a program in the 1970s. Brazil gives you a choice, ethanol 10, pure petrol, ethanol 27, and so on and so forth. A program started in the 70s. All documents of Brazil and US regarding this program are in public domain. You're free to Google it right now. These are not choices here. We don't have ethanol 10. Ethanol 20 does not go with 80% of the vehicles, and ethanol 0 is very expensive. So choice. Number two, you rightly hit the nail on the sugarcane part. Have we thought about food security? Allow me to give you two examples. You know, India has a surplus corn production, and a byproduct of corn is DDGS. It is used as poultry feed, it is used as livestock feed, Pashuo ka ahar. India had so much surplus production that India used to export it. When the US-India trade deal got done on 6th February, the White House press release came out in which it said India will import DDGS, the corn byproduct from US. Obviously, we were stunned because the US corn is banned in India because it is GMO, genetically modified. On 7th February, Piyush Goyalji does a press conference, News9 covered it. He says the reason we have to import the poultry feed and other livestock feed into India, this is DDGS, is because we have a shortage. The question was something that we had a surplus of and we were exporting. Why are we now importing it? The reason is 45% of our corn is today diverted to ethanol. As a result of it, something that you used to earn dollars, you're now spending dollars to get. Let me give you another example and your viewers will be stunned. And I would like you to fact check me on this. Do you know that India is even importing ethanol from the United States of America?
That's right.
31 million liters in 1 month of November.
The government says that's for industrial use, however.
I agree, but it's not separate ethanol. Therefore, why isn't the ethanol in India not used for government, for industrial use, and you use it rather than compulsorily putting it in a vehicle? So explain to me, you're using ethanol to save your forex reserves, but you're using your forex reserve to import the same ethanol for industrial use.
Doesn't make sense.
Does it make any sense?
Yeah.
And also just a math, because you are amazing at this, and I understand, I respect you as a journalist. India's crude, petrol is just 20%. So 20% of 20% is what you want to save. And for that you've done all this halla. Have you even done the maths? Have you even done the maths? And then what about the rice? The second issue you raise is the pollution, which is the government says is the favorite issue. Do you know ethanol through sugarcane takes between 2,600 to 3,500 liters of water for 1 liter of ethanol?
So a lot of irrigation that's being, used in the other direction.
That's
over here.
true.
So in terms of reducing carbon dioxide emissions, you're exploiting other natural resources.
Absolutely. In fact, the ethanol distilleries are marked as red zone by the Central Pollution Certificate, Board of Certificate, which is the central government agency. Yeah. These are red zones. These are heavily polluting industries. For corn, ethanol takes 4,500 liters of water. And for rice, it takes 10,500 liters of water. Don't we have a water shortage in Delhi, in Gurugram, in Noida, in Bangalore, in Pune, in Mumbai? And Gadkari sir says that when we talk about this, we are anti-national. The only business that's going on here, and I'm saying this with responsibility, is Gadkari sir's Beta Badhao Yojana. Beta Badhao Yojana. After the pressure from Team Bharat and all of us, Gadkari sir has admitted that both his sons are in the ethanol business. His turnover is 100 crores a year. He calls it small change. 100 crores a year. This is conflict of interest. Shri Nitin Gadkari ji's kids are in the ethanol business. Their turnover is 100 crores a year. According to him, I haven't seen his reports, could be more. And growing. And this is conflict of interest, and he's driving the policy.
It seems like ethanol is here to stay. Ethanol is here to stay.
And this is unethical. It is wrong. It is immoral, and even bordering on illegality.
So more like unethical 20, not ethanol 20. I have two more questions for you, Tehseen. You see, let's come back to the road. Let's come back to the problems that the users are essentially facing, and that problem of choice that we wanted to come and assess. Automobile manufacturers, SIAM, many of those countries, the ARAI, they've put out these reports, which you say are not in the public domain, which is why nobody can actually come out and cross-question them. They say the mileage drop is about 3 to 4%, but you've got so many of those, influencers. And right on the other side of this break, we are going to be joined by some of those influencers, which will tell us that the actual on-road mileage drop is much higher than that. But do we look at the political timing of all of this as well? And do you think there is going to be a choice at the petrol pumps in the days to come?
1 second. First of all, the mileage is, they say, between 6% to 12%. But this is in a controlled environment. Professional drivers in a controlled environment, they look at the testing. Look at your Delhi roads, your Gurgaon roads, your Noida roads, your Pune roads, your Bangalore roads. Here, the average, the real world average drops is much more further.
Yeah.
Now, please understand, and I'd like your viewers to understand, buying a vehicle is the second most expensive thing an Indian buys. Second most expensive thing. And, even if it's a bike, you talk to your family members, you talk to your friends, most people, you go to 4 or 5 showrooms, you check out the bikes. The average is very, very important. Who the hell gave Nitin Gadkari ji and Hardeep Puri ji the right to experiment with our vehicles without our consent? Are we the lab rats? If they want to experiment in Nitin Gadkari ji's son's
That was another face-saver moment. Everybody had to come out and defend the government and say that, no, this is not an experiment, because that word had been used by the bigwigs as well.
Which then they lied, and then they forgot its live stream, so I got it out and I put it, and then they got. But there's a second thing that I want to say. Gadkari sir said, show one person who's facing any issue with regards to ethanol 20 bin. So we got 6 people today. We decided to go to his residence. We accepted his challenge very publicly. He's been avoiding us. In Gen Z slang, he's been ghosting us. He makes all these toxic statements. He's been extremely cringe, and he's ghosting us. But we said, okay, he could be Dululu. Let's get a Sululu. We've decided to go to his residence. He sent the police. The Delhi police detained me. I'm coming here after the Delhi police detained me. It's on my Twitter. They detained me.
Yeah.
Does the Delhi police run the ethanol policy? And I have nothing against the Delhi police. They're wonderful officers serving us. But he put police in the front. I actually took victims to him. Why doesn't he have a transparent debate with those who are victims of this in front of News9, in front of every other media channel, and live stream it?
And that's a problem, because today I was looking at a lot of other BJP leaders and MLAs and some of the ministers also here in the national capital that said the same thing again. Bring us one victim of E20 and we'll change our state.
I'm saying this on camera. I'm looking in this as camera. Mr. Gadkari ji, please have me checked by ED. Please have a lie detector test of mine publicly that I'm not funded by anybody.
Okay.
After having done that, sir, I will bring you thousands of victims, thousands. You choose the day You choose the time, you choose the venue. My only one condition, let's live stream this and do this in front of the media. Let's do it, sir. You've challenged us. I'm ready for this challenge.
Okay, all right. I think we'll leave it at that. Your final 30 seconds, Tehseen, before we play out this reaction, because our reporters have been doing the job, God's work on the ground, right from Jaipur to Delhi, speaking to some of those petrol pump owners also, because it's actually a matter of how this is going to pinch your own pocket. If E20 is not as good as the XP hundreds and, the full regular petrol, why should you be paying top dollar for that same? So we have those reactions coming across. Very quickly, just the political timing, because would you call this policy correction in the face of, the elections that are right around the corner as well?
I don't know what the government is thinking, because nobody knows what this government is thinking. But the fact of the matter is the common citizen of India is suffering.
Yeah.
We've taken to the streets. I don't care about what Aam Aadmi Party or Congress is doing. Our movement is a non-political movement. It is the voice of the common man. And we are going to fight Nitin Gadkari ji and Hardeep Puri ji. Our vehicles are not their babu's father's property to experiment with. They did not take our consent. This is a non-consensual relation they've put us in. They are acting extremely toxic with us. And I'll tell you something that Hardeep Puri ji said. I'll take a minute more. I'm sorry, I'm going to take this.
No, that's
Hardeep
okay.
Puri sir says, arrogantly, even ethanol is in formula vehicles. Sir, with respect to you, sir, I don't know if your babus who briefed you were high on the fumes of ethanol that they decided to brief you. In a formula race, sir, there's a pit. There are hundreds of mechanics per team.
Yeah.
In the middle of the race, when you go into pit, your engine is serviced, overhauled, parts are changed. After a race, the engine is overhauled. After 8 races, the engine is changed of a car.
Yeah.
Can a common
For a
citizen
penalty,
do that?
though, the engine is changed, but it happens for a penalty. You need to start at the back of the grid.
No. That's during the race. But I'm saying after 8 races, the company will change the race.
Yeah.
Can a common man do this? Can a common man do they have the mechanics in a pit out here? And do you have the infrastructure here to ride the car in like a formula or a bike like a formula? What the hell are these guys talking?
All right then.